5 Concacaf Nations League as Bonaire takes on Montserrat. This action taking place in League B Group A. Happy to have you along this evening. Joe Malfa with you for the action from Arnos Vale Sporting Complex in Kingstown, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These two teams, Bonaire and Montserrat, trying to build upon their recent performances. On what is a warm day here, we could have some cooling breaks in both halves, 89 degrees Fahrenheit, slight breeze as well. Here in League B Group A, we've got El Salvador and St. Vincent and the Grenadines leading the way. Bonaire and Montserrat play each other today, and then the way things are structured here in this group, Bonaire and Montserrat will play each other again in 3 days' time. So the first of 2 meetings in 3 days between Bonaire and Montserrat, both needing to make up ground on El Salvador and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Last time out for Bonaire was a 2-1 defeat against El Salvador and a 1-1 draw to open things up against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. For Montserrat, they started with a 4-1 loss against El Salvador and followed that with a 2-0 defeat against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is only the second meeting all time between these two nations. They played a Caribbean Cup qualifier back in June of 2014. It was a 0-0 draw, so first meeting in a decade between Montserrat and Bonaire. Bonaire 33rd in the Concacaf rankings, not eligible for the FIFA World Rankings. The way things work out, think of some other teams who fit that bill, like Guadeloupe and Saint Martin with their affiliation with France. Bonaire with their affiliation with the Netherlands, ineligible for the FIFA World Rankings, but 33rd in Concacaf. Meanwhile, Montserrat 27th in the Concacaf rankings and 179th in the FIFA World Rankings. Montserrat hoping for their first ever crack at promotion, perhaps, in Nations League. All 3 previous editions, they were in League B. This makes it 4 in a row that they've remained at this level. Bonaire enjoyed promotion last time. The first 2 editions of this tournament, they remained in League C where they started, but they were promoted to League B last time, and this is their first taste of League B action. Neither of these teams have ever qualified for a Gold Cup, and this year's Nations League serving in a way as a proxy qualifier for next year's CONCACAF Gold Cup. So we'll see if today could be the first step on a journey in that direction for either Bonaire or Montserrat. Players are set to take the field. We'll have kick and lineups in a moment. take a look at the starting lineups for both Bonaire and Montserrat, beginning with Bonaire. A starting lineup that is pretty typical of what it's been so far in this tournament. They have their lone goal scorer of the tournament so far, that's available at least, in Jort van der Sande. He is starting once again in the midfield. They have another goal scorer so far in this tournament, that being Quincy Hove. He is unavailable today, so we'll see who can maybe step up in addition to van der Sande today for head coach Rylov Yanga. Referees today are led by Hakeem Harvey of St. Kitts and Nevis, with Mario Parry, Lenroy Paris, and then Kamal Harding of Anguilla as the fourth official. And on the other side for Montserrat, Lee Boyer, the head coach, sends out this 11, captained by Lyle Taylor. Brendan Barzy, the number 7, in there, has a goal in this tournament already. They're coming off Montserrat, that 2-0 defeat against St. Vincent and the Grenadines after they opened with a 4-1 loss to El Salvador that was close until late on. It was 1-1 until the hour mark, and then El Salvador poured in a couple late. Captain's meeting for the coin toss. Lyle Taylor, as mentioned, for Montserrat, and Marcelin Poirier for Bonaire. It'll be Bonaire going from, rather they're switching ends, excuse me. It'll be Bonaire from right to left and Montserrat from left to right when we get things going here. Windy day in Kingstown, St. Vincent and the Grenadines at Arnos Vale Sporting Complex. Again, these two teams meeting for just the second time ever. It was a decade ago in a Caribbean Cup qualifier the last time they met. It'll change though. They meet tonight and they meet in 3 days' time on October 13th as we are at that midpoint of the 2024-2025 Concacaf Nations League group stage. 4 teams here in League B Group A play each team twice. After today, first 3 matches would be in the books, and then you play the same fixtures in the reverse order. That's why these teams are playing twice in a 4-day span, October 10th, October 13th, and the first of those 2 matches is now underway. Bonaire right to left in the white, Montserrat left to right in the red. Fourth edition now of a Concacaf Nations League on the proper annual cycle schedule from September through March, and the news came out this week that the 2025 Nations League final will be played at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. An early good look there for Bonaire down the left wing through Ayrton Cecilia, but a better tackle put in defensively.
Mano now. Mike, check your drop. Not going. Word on out.
Slip through and behind. It's Spotswain. First corner of the match here for Montserrat. is out for a goal kick, though. Montserrat thought it would be another corner.
Hold.
He'll come on to you, Dom. Stand still.
When he goes on to Dom,
There you go.
He's coming late.
Craig, come through him. Let him at it. There you go, Craig. Jump early. Go, back. Back in, Craig. Throw it, LT. Good, yeah. Yes.
Timothy Muller on the throw. Picked up by the captain, Lyle Taylor. Moving through the middle, it's Brendan Barzy with a goal already in this tournament, and he draws a free kick. Montserrat wants to go quickly.
Craig, get Dom on his toes. Now there's one of you left, Craig. There's one of you left. That's why you covered him behind.
Yes, Don, I'm with you. No flex! That's us!
Craig Bram gets the ball back into play. Early attacks here for Montserrat, controlling the tempo of the territory in the early stages. 65% of the possession. Just a couple minutes in. And the ball at their feet the whole time. Already a corner to their name. Maybe should have been a second. Got plenty of other action today as well. Here around Concacaf Nations League. French Guyana currently scoreless against Honduras. Nearly at the end of the first half in League A, and just starting, it's Cuba and Trinidad and Tobago. Later tonight, it's St. Vincent and the Grenadines hosting here against El Salvador. And this group, League B, Group A. First real look forward for Bonaire over the top. Trying to play direct, Bonaire. Not much yet through the lines, as we've seen from Montserrat. Control the ball. Play on, says the referee. It's back to Richmond. Played through. A lot of gaps there in the defending for Bonaire. Touched back by Boatswain. Fed through for Richmond. Rather, Brendan Barzy, excuse me, down the left side. Trying to keep it alive. Another one long over the top to Seguinho. And he stumbles over the ball.
Get round him. He knows. Good knock. Last feet should be on. Around. Comes. Look, that middle comes.
Here's Craig Bram. Long throw into the area, flicked on by Boatswain, but nobody behind him to retrieve. Remember what's at stake here in this edition of Nations League here in League B, as it's sent long but gathered by Letbour, the goalkeeper for Bonaire. Here in League B, the four group winners all qualify into the Gold Cup main draw, and the top two group runners-up from the four groups qualify for the Gold Cup prelims. So Bonaire hoping that they can make a play for qualifying for the first ever Gold Cup. Same goes for Montserrat. All the while, both hoping to avoid relegation to League C. If one of these two teams were able to win both of these matches as they play each other twice over the next 4 days, it would give that team a real opportunity to crash the top two here in Group A of League B. Montserrat was able to make it into the Gold Cup prelim back in 2021, but they made it no further, losing there to Trinidad and Tobago. Bonaire have never even made it that far. Neither side has made the proper draw of the Gold Cup. And again, only Montserrat has played in a prelim. Bonaire, just this edition, was promoted from League C to League A. Rather, League C to League B, excuse me, here in Group A. But here in League B, it's Bonaire's first time. They don't want to get right back down and be relegated after their first try at League B. And on the other side, for Montserrat, they have flirted with the relegation to League C at one point. It was back in the 2022-2023 edition. They flirted with relegation, but that happened to be the one tournament in which there was no relegation as they reshuffled the structure of Nations League play. Montserrat in that edition finished 1-4-1 in League B, Group B. They would have been relegated in a normal year, but they rebounded. Last edition of Nations League, finishing in third place in their group, 9 points picked up. Bonaire finished in second place all 3 times that they were in League C, but the third time it was actually enough. Second place to gain promotion to League B. And here they are. Now it's Montserrat slipping it through. Good opportunity here. Back to goal. It was Taylor. Laid it off for Richmond. Dominic Richmond floats it. The side volley is saved by Letbour. First real chance for Lyle Taylor, the number 9 of Montserrat, in a dangerous area. Quickly rolled out from Trent Carter-Rogers, who's been quiet so far. The goalkeeper of Montserrat hasn't faced any threats. Building from the back. Donovan Daniels. Brendan Cumley. Over to Daniels. Craig Bram. Could hear the orders from the head coach of Montserrat, Lee Boyer. Move it quick, move it quick. It's too slow for him right now on the back end. Inside again to Cumley. Ahead for Richmond. And cleared by Muller. Daniels. Brandon Barzy.
Little one.
Picked up by Bram. Taylor. Very methodical from Montserrat. Bonaire have not won a match since 2023 against Anguilla. Chance here now for Montserrat, saved. Rebound put off the post. Two great chances there for Montserrat. The first one denied by Lepore, and the second one just put off the post by Ashley Boatswain. He was onside. He had the whole net to shoot at with Lepore down. Now for the long ball, knotted down for Taylor. Get the sense that a goal is building here for Montserrat. Showed a lot of danger in the early stages. Played through for Boatswain, saved by Lepore. Really good start to this one, the first quarter of an hour. Played long in behind now for Bonaire, and it's their first real opportunity. Just goes wide. Made it interesting. Down that right side, Rayleigh Martin. He was onside. Could he have taken a touch and come in, had an opportunity? Now the angle was cut off well defensively by Mackay Townsend West. Going first touch was probably his best bet. Just didn't quite come off the way he intended. Bonaire looking for their first victory since November 18th of 2023. Montserrat, same thing. It has not been a fruitful 2024. They had 2 World Cup qualifiers back in June, lost both of those to Panama and Nicaragua. Lost their first 2 matches here in League B Group A against El Salvador and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Their last win came in the last edition of Nations League back on November 20th, 4-2 against Barbados. It was back-to-back wins at that time for Montserrat, having beaten Dominican Republic in the match prior. Common denominator in all of these victories and good performances for Montserrat is Barzy scoring. He scored in both of those wins. It's been dangerous so far today, wearing number 7 for Montserrat, Brandon Barzy. So a couple of chances already so far today, but the best chance belonged to Ashley Boatswain. Moments ago, putting it off the post. Here's Richmond. Down the left wing for West. Taylor tried to shield it off.
Coming out.
Hey, turn.
Yes, Dom.
Turn out.
Go for goal, Vale.
Ahead for Taylor. Lyle Taylor looking through for Boatswain, picked up instead by Barzy.
Shoulders.
Again, long over the top from Bonaire. Those have been their only real threats when they go direct over the top.
Come forward.
Make sure we're set on that long ball. That's the only one.
Tuck in, Barzy.
Hey, Tom, come here, Ben. Stay.
Toes.
Hold him.
And it's been Montserrat controlling the possession. Haven't really strung too many passes together, Bonaire in the attacking half. Trying to here, struggling to get through the pressure of Montserrat.
Can we get Barzy?
McKay, back through McKay.
Not too far.
Yes, go.
Leg fire.
Get higher.
Double. Barzy, drop 10. Dummy.
Good, take.
Picked up by Barzy. Cleared by Martin.
Get it out.
Calmly back to Trent Carter-Rogers. Pressure from Ayrton Cecilia, the striker of Bonaire. Trying to make that as difficult as he could.
Out off turn, Barzy. Out. When he's coming from this side, touch Barzy.
You could hear the instructions from Montserrat's coach, Lee Boyer.
Come in, Dom.
He's trying to bark out the orders to get Barzy involved, It's true, every time that he's been involved in the attack, Brendan Barzy, that's when they've been at their most dangerous. Leading right now in the shot department 4-1 over Bonaire, but still nothing to show for it on the scoreboard 20 minutes in. Floated long. Taken down by Boatswain. He wanted the free kick, didn't get it. And that foul goes against Montserrat.
Water break na caminha, 3 minutos, man. Yeah, water break.
Possession still heftily in Montserrat's favor, over 60-40. Chance to gain some territory now for Bonaire. Had again their most success when they do just send it long down the field. It's interesting seeing the different approaches from both of these nations so far. Montserrat more methodical, cutting through the lines. Bonaire trying to be direct and capitalize when they can. Overlap from Muller. It's centered and dealt with there by Montserrat. Barzy coming back to help defensively. Outlet to Richmond.
Come on! Ali, get the ball! Get the ball, Craig!
Done, Craig.
Back.
McCart!
Done. It's up here, Craig. Craigie, higher. It's up here.
You're right there. That's good.
Oh! Come on now. Well done. Turn! Now, be aware.
Try the left side with Mackay Townsend West.
Be careful.
Misplay in the middle. Chance here for Bonaire to break out quickly. You saw the run coming down the near side from Sun and Shine. Run just not spotted or utilized, and it's right back to Montserrat. Bonaire have to be quicker in their decision making when some of these opportunities arise. They've been few and far between. Been squandered by indecision. Clipped long again to Boatswain, trying to knock it down for Taylor. Two midfielders cancel each other out. Picked back up by Daniels. Richmond. Slip through for Barzy. Nice move from Barzy. He's taken down. This will be a free kick for Montserrat. And that'll take us into our cooling break here in this first half. Temperature around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Knew this stoppage was coming.
Ik heb het op dat moment geen switch aangekomen.
Johnny Wenley.
Arnos?
You wonder what the conversations are like right now in each of these gatherings for Lee Boyer and Montserrat. Just more of the same. Keep it going. Just be more clinical in the attacking half. Find Barzy, find Taylor a bit more. Over 60% of the possession. They've done a really good job of winning those second balls, those loose balls in the midfield. Out shooting Bonaire 4-1 and should frankly be ahead. At wide open net. Opportunity for Ashley Boatswain in which he hit the post. On the other side for Bonaire and Rilo Vianga, the head coach. It's a matter of tightening things up. Fortunate to still be 0-0. Haven't created anything in the attacking half to speak of, except for that one long ball over the top. Ayrton Cecilia put the ball wide on his first time effort. Action taking place in League B Group A of the 2024-2025 Concacaf Nations League. Montserrat coming in, the 27th ranked team in CONCACAF, Bonaire 33rd. Montserrat has been in League B for every edition of this tournament. They would have been relegated after the second edition of this tournament, but after the restructure, there happened to be no relegation in that tournament, so they stayed in League B. Bonaire had been in League C each of the first three editions, promoted to League B for this one, hoping to avoid relegation and have some time spent in League B as they continue to grow. This is their first meeting in 10 years. Montserrat and Bonaire, they'll meet again in 3 days on October the 13th. Out of the cooling break and to the free kick. Barzi clips it to the back post, and it just harmlessly falls through.
Turn and face! Turn and face, Dom!
Aralan tama sa long po.
Early! Two shots.
Please, door!
On his toes, Dom!
Timothy Muller looks like he wants to send this one long off the throw. Down the wing he does. It's flicked centrally and recovered by Montserrat. Barzi, a lot of space. This is where they want him, Montserrat. Barzi, and then he squanders it.
Reset, Barzi! Reset!
Here's Muller out of the cooling break. Some more time in the attacking half for Bonaire. Something to build on. Whipped in toward Cecilia, but headed away. Richmond gets it back. Richmond. Barzi. Barzi. Again, tried to sneak it through, but the last pass wasn't right.
That's it, Ash.
Bonaire goes long again, and again it works out. They win a corner because of it. As much as they want to try and change things and find some sort of foothold in possession, building through the lines, just keep doing what's working, and that's been sending it long. Montserrat has had trouble dealing with the long balls. In swinger, dropped in, and nobody gets a touch to it despite all the traffic.
Early, Trent, early, look! Comes, Ash, higher! Alex, higher! Runner! Hey!
Centered, looking for Taylor. Knocking on the door, Montserrat. Just feels a matter of time before they finally get one past Henrik Letboer, who's made a couple of big saves already. Goalkeeper for Bonaire. All the way back for Letboer, and he just clears. Back for Richmond, through Taylor, going for goal as it blocked. The captain of Montserrat trying to get them on the board.
Why are you here? Wait, look where you are. You know that's ours. Come on.
All the way back for Bonaire. Seems like out of the cooling break, there is a more concerted effort, again, to possess the ball for Bonaire, but that's not what's worked for them. They've been at their most dangerous and threatening when they do just go direct over the top, whether it's creating a chance or earning a corner because of it. Now it's flicked through. Contact at the edge of the area. Decision for the referee, and his decision is to just play on. Thought it would just be a question of whether or not the foul was inside or outside the box. Seemed to be a clear foul, but it is a play on. Oh, he didn't get any of the ball. It was clearly a foul. Montserrat gets away with one. Would have been a free kick, not a penalty, but still a dangerous spot to have had a free kick from. That's why I love Yanga, the head coach of Bonaire, having a chat right now with the fourth official.
That's it, guys.
Players turn that brief injury into another quasi-cooling break, but getting right back to the action now with the Montserrat throw.
Calm, go ahead, calm.
Here is Taylor, back for Boatswain, through for Richmond now. Taylor, trying to cut it back for Boatswain, blocked. Goal kick, despite the protests of Montserrat.
Come high, Craig.
Trent Carter-Rogers, a quiet half, hasn't had to make a save yet.
Quick last passe na sempre tá malo. O last passe, não tá muito furado agora que é gay.
Work it again, comes. Work it again.
Final 8 minutes of this first half. Fed ahead to Craig Bram. Richmond give and go with Mead. And this is out for a throw right next to the corner flag. Not a corner here for Montserrat.
Organize in the front. You can push in, look.
Checking done. Keep checking. Done, left shoulder done. Right shoulder done. Right shoulder done.
Come, shoot it, guys. Good touch. Good pass. Cross, Craig, cross.
Craig Bram curls one back post, header down, loose in front, Taylor off the bar, oh goodness! That is 2 instances for Montserrat. Point blank range, should have been easy tap-ins, and they managed to come away from both instances without a goal and hitting the woodwork. How does Lyle Taylor end up putting this one off the bar? Let's see, does it take a hop up on him? He just tried to blast it, and all he had to do was tap it. Barzi, he's taken down. Montserrat wanted a free kick once again. They do not get it. Hakeem Harvey, the referee, has let them play. It's not called a lot of the ticky-tack fouls. This one does get called, an obvious one.
Too many fucking touches! How many fucking times have you said it? Shit all the time. Why? Yes, you do.
Curled in behind for Bram. Squared back for Boatswain. Lays it off for Barzi. Tried to slip it through cleverly. For Lyle Taylor, it almost came off.
Rest the ball.
Tempo of this first half slowing down a bit after that cooling break. Closing minutes of this half. 7 shots to 1 in favor of Montserrat. They've twice hit the woodwork. Should be 2-0 to Montserrat, to be fair, the way this half has gone. But they did not capitalize, and they still sit here 0-0, at risk perhaps here of going down. Chance for Bonaire. Took a deflection, and it'll go out for a corner. from the corner, loose in front, gathered by Carter Rogers. A player down, the referee calling for the trainers to come out. Through the traffic, it was an awkward spill for Boatswain. He's the one still down for Montserrat. He wiped out hard in the end.
Yeah, whatever. Just like
Alex, we're going to wait half time. Careful, yeah? Dom. Man down, look, man down. LT, just play down the middle. Which way are you kicking this side, yeah? Man down, sit in there. Barzy, sit in there. Barzy.
Is there one more chance in this half for Montserrat, given the onslaught of pressure they put on Bonaire? Ahead for Bram. Richmond looking long and through for Boatswain. 45th minute here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at Arnos Vale Sporting Complex. League B, Group A action in Concacaf Nations League. Here's Richmond, laid off. A try from distance is blocked on the way through. There's some contact there. Advantage played here for Cecilia. Tries to switch it, gives it away. Surprised the referee didn't bring it back after the advantage never materialized. Now 2 minutes of stoppage time in this first half. And this one will be another play-on signal from the referee. His threshold for what is or is not a foul is very high in this first half. And you have to be aware if you're a player.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official will decide the
Release your people so full. Come on, walk out, you walk out. Oh, you today! Bamba, walk up on, get up around, my minute, my avena, Bantane, walk.
Yes, in, stay in. Yes, son, in. Boys, come on. Come, be about it.
Here's Boatswain. Final minute of stoppage time in this first half. Barzy, and it's a free kick coming out for Bonaire.
Voetballen. Vasthouden, zo vasthouden. We zijn er bijna,
And there is the whistle to end half number one. Scoreless still between Bonaire and Montserrat, but an eventful half. Bonaire had one good look on the counter. Montserrat had sustained pressure, hit the woodwork twice, out shooting Bonaire 7-3, but still 0-0 here in League B Group A going into the break between Bonaire and Montserrat.
Don't miss the best moments of Concacaf games and tournaments. Follow us on TikTok at Concacaf.
Make sure you're beyond the winger. Yes, this fella here, when you get it, you should be beyond it. And once you're nearly beyond it, then you're fucking here.
Was it so deep? Was it so deep? It's like
You're here on the halfway line and we're fucking up there.
Ready to begin the second half of action between Montserrat and Bonaire. It's Montserrat right to left in the red and Bonaire left to right in the white. Still scoreless here in League B Group A action of the 2024-2025 Concacaf Nations League. Both these teams looking to climb in Group A.
Hey, coach.
Got Montserrat sitting on 2 losses, no points. You've got Bonaire with 1 point that they picked up in a draw against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These two teams play today and then again in 3 days' time. So if either of the teams are able to win both matches, pick up 6 points, they'd be right near the top and in the race to win Group A of League B. 45 more minutes to go today. Montserrat dominant in the first half. We'll see if they can keep it up, and away we go in this second half. Wonder what adjustments might have been made by both managers at the break. If you're Montserrat, really, what would you have changed? You should be up. Only thing you could change is improving your finishing abilities, which were lacking in that first half. If you're Bonaire, it's an interesting decision to be made for Rylov Yanga. You don't want to abandon the build-up play and the possession and just commit to going direct, but the majority of the success they had in that first half was when they were playing direct. So we'll see how they come out now in this second half, Bonaire. Jonathan Labania came off for Bonaire, replaced by Adri Saberi.
Move, Barty! There you go!
Slip through now for Barzy. He's taken down, and a penalty. In the first half, we saw Hakeem Harvey, the referee, really lenient, very high threshold for what was or wasn't a foul. Let the players play, but even this one was obvious to the point that it needed to be called. Barzy tried to get around the edge. He was taken down by Yefet Vliet, who realized he was beaten defensively. Would have been a free path to goal for Barzy, and now a chance for Montserrat from the penalty. It's Alex Dyer with the ball in hand. Is he just holding it, or is he going to hand it off now to Lyle Taylor? And that is the case. We've seen that more and more on the global scale now. Somebody holds it to gain the attention of any gamesmanship from the opposition, then he hands it off to the actual kick taker, which is Lyle Taylor, the captain. Lyle Taylor standing over it. A chance to make it 1-0. Born in London, citizen of Montserrat here with the national team. He's had a really strong day today. Has 12 goals in 18 caps. Lyle Taylor from 12 yards out, a very slow walk up, and he scores. Almost lulling Henrik Letboer to sleep with that glacial walk to the ball. And it's now 13 goals in 19 caps for the captain, Lyle Taylor of Montserrat. He missed the September window of Nations League with a calf injury. Has been Montserrat's captain now going all the way back to 2018. He debuted in 2015 But the goal scoring for him really started in 2021 World Cup qualifying. He's almost scoring a goal a game ever since then for Montserrat, and he gets his first of the day. A very deserving lead for Montserrat after the first half they had. It took a penalty to get it done finally and get that first tally, but it all counts the same in the end, and they lead 1-0. See if they can tack on now, and if one leads to more. Picked up by Jernaid Mead. Brendan Cumley. And it's through for Dominic Richmond, looking back for Lyle Taylor. Out for Boatswain. Still Boatswain.
Yes, Junaid.
Let's get there, Junaid. Body in, body in. Well done, Junaid. Look at that, Junaid. Hey! Well done, Junaid.
Low, swap with Ash, low. Ash, come this side. Stay high.
Stay up. Bowsy, drop a little bit. Bowsy, drop a little bit.
Nice interception. Reading the play from the back line by Mead. Gets it back from Richmond. Mead started this whole play, but he's offside now as he tried to finish things off with the service.
Come in.
Seconds, Brandon.
Oh, unlucky, unlucky, low. Unlucky, Ash. Don't foul, don't foul, don't foul.
Hey, rest.
Ash, Ash.
Body, McCart.
Now get forward, Bargy. Get forward, Bargy. Get it in. Go on, Bargy, go round him. In the box.
Oh, let's shut up. Go down, move. Barcy, fill in for him. Go on, lad, go on. Fill in for him. Ash, fill in.
Well done, Low. Well done, Low.
Bonaire trying to respond from going down on the penalty. Just isn't anything sustained for them in the attacking half. Seems like it's going to have to be a Montserrat mistake or just one really well-executed counter for Bonaire to give them some sort of foothold or lifeline in this game, coming back now from down a goal. Looking in behind for Taylor. Won't get there.
In the box, Barcy! Barcy! Gamble off Ash! Yep. He's going to nod it down.
On the turn, it's Barzy. He's been dangerous. Pleading that it took a deflection, and it did. Corner for Montserrat. Curled in from the header. Taylor trying to turn and hit. Almost seems like the goal has sort of sucked the air out of this game a bit. Both sides just really settling into a more methodical swing of play now. Montserrat with the comfort of the lead, and Bonaire almost like that penalty was a gut punch, that keeping it 0-0 felt like their only hope.
Second ball!
Nice from Barzy to the end line. He goes down again. He drew the penalty. This one's going to be a free kick. He was outside the area. Yellow card issued to Andre Serbury.
Back in! Stay back!
Look after yourself!
Comes! You go in, comes! Craig! Junaid! On the edge! Your side! I see it there and do!
Number 18, sorry. Number 18. 10 minutes.
Barzy stands over the free kick. Too tight of an angle to try and test Letbour at the near post, it seems. Clips it toward the back post, but headed away. Here's Dyer. Cutting, Dyer curling, and Letbour slaps it away. I don't know if he got a good read on that one. Floated in, the header is saved by Letbour.
Watch your hands! Keep him here, Ash!
Yeah, put the foot up!
Don't foul! Yay! Well done! Much better! Go on, Ed! Go on! Pass! Go on, Barzy!
Cutting through, it's Richmond.
Go round him!
He's knocked off the ball by Van der Sande, who's been quiet. Van der Sande has one of their goals in this tournament for Bonaire. Sent long and dealt with by Montserrat. Try from distance here. It threatened. Just the first shot on target for Bonaire. Saved by Trent Carter-Rogers. Andersson gets it back into play. Sun and shine. Pressure from Boatswain. Starting to revert back to the method of just going long now, it seems, Bonaire. But again, that's where they've had the majority of their success. Under Sunday pushing his way through. Something brewing here for Bonaire. It's centered but cleared. Boatswain taken out. Throw coming. Attention coming as well for Only Martin.
Keep encouraging Dom. Keep encouraging him, yeah? Great, well done, well done. Donovan.
Don't trade it, don't trade.
Keep playing.
Throw what?
Then it'd be so obvious. Ain't a bad ball. It'd be so obvious, do you know what I mean? One of them and then have to jump and then that's your pass.
They're trying to hit the big switches now.
Overload.
On the fast, on the foot.
You could hear it. Field microphone picking up the chatter on the bench from Montserrat. They're trying to hit those big switches, they say. They're starting to pick up on the shift again in the game plan here from Bonaire. Started the second half trying to build more methodically. And I posed the question, remember, at the beginning of the half, what would they do here, Bonaire? Would they try to stick to their guns and stick with this idea, this notion of trying to play through the lines? Or would they revert back to those switches, those big balls over the top?
the ball! Get round, McCann, get round!
Yeah, Fet Vliet getting ready to come back on the field now after that quick injury, and he's back out there.
Keep the ball! Craig! Keep the ball! Drop in tonight! Barzy! Keep the ball, keep it! Give it back! Alex!
Come on, easy. Pushing.
Two touch! Time coming!
Step forward.
Montserrat doesn't have to rush here. Again, they have the lead. They've been in control. Continue to play it around. The possession is nearly 70% now for Montserrat. They have been dominant with the ball. Can they find a second goal, though, out of the possession? Here's Richmond. Barzy lining it up. It's Barzy in through. Barzy going for goal. And it's wide.
Barzy, switch on! Barzy, switch on, come on, mate!
Watch him coming. Head away! Hey, Rav! Okay, good.
Again! Outside! Again!
Watch the channel! Watching that channel! Barzy! Come on, right, Barzy!
Try from distance here on the free kick. I think that was a shot. Maybe ill-advised from that distance, but it's taken nonetheless. Amir Winkler has come on for Rowenly Martin on the Bonaire side. Lau Taylor lost it.
Time. Run forwards then. Barzy!
Marcelo.
Barzy! Drop a little bit. Barzy, because if he goes in, you're coming. Barzy, go side, drop more.
Over 20 minutes gone now in this second half. Goal scored by Lyle Taylor from the penalty spot in the 49th minute for Montserrat. Out shooting Bonaire 13-4. Free kick here for Bonaire.
Drop, Craig!
Looking long, it's Barzy. And he earned that penalty for Montserrat. He really deserved it. He's been so busy and dangerous all day. How many times have we heard it shouted from Montserrat manager Lee Boyer, get the ball to Barzy, get the ball to Barzy. The field microphone's next to the coach.
Don't need to be all the way out there, what for? It could go Alex comes and then you there.
Picked up by Barzy, getting a look at his own goal here perhaps, but it's saved.
Get your shake! Shake!
Richmond, nice touch into space, but the shot lacking.
Hasn't got through there.
20 minutes to play. Another long look here from Bonaire, but doesn't pan out.
LT, come on, we need you, LT! Come on, Barzy! Don't get too deep! Who's marking here? Hey, who's got in?
Opportunity on a set piece for Bonaire to erase this deficit. It's their first really good look at a free kick so far in this match. Looking at number 9, Ayrton Cecilia. They're near the penalty spot. That's your main target here, the striker for Bonaire. Driven toward goal instead, and what was that waste from Bonaire? Too far, and the angle not there for a strike. You haven't had anything going. Why waste a situation like that? Why not pump something in the area? Give yourself a chance. Flicked on by Taylor, looking for Barzy. Feels like another goal is in the offing here for Montserrat.
Alex! Drop in, Junaid! Drop in, Junaid! Junaid! Two touch! Yes, come! Drop in, come!
Another change being readied now by Bonaire. They had a short bench in this one. Only 5 outfield players were available for Bonaire, and they're about to use another one. It's going to be Nathan Van Arneman who comes on. And he will replace Audrey Serbury. It's interesting, Serbury was one of the players who subbed in earlier for Jonathan Labania. Subbed in the second half and subbed out in the second half. Sub being prepared now by Montserrat as well. Josiah Dyer getting his final marching orders.
Too long.
Barry. Back here.
And here comes those changes. No, the referee forgot to switch the numbers on the board from the last sub that he put up there. With Van Arneman coming on for Serbury.
19.
19, 19.
He's 19. 17. 17.
It'll be Boatswain who's coming off here
17.
for Montserrat.
19 going on, 17 come off.
Quarter of an hour remains. Shots are 15-5 in favor of Montserrat. They've been in the driver's seat the entirety of this match. The goal didn't come until a penalty in this second half, but it was deserving. Hit the woodwork twice from point-blank range in the first half. With a win here, Montserrat would leapfrog Bonaire in the League B Group A standings. They'd be a point back of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And these two teams play again in 3 days. So Montserrat, with another strong showing, another 3 points, could be in the top 2. Have their own crack perhaps at making it to the Gold Cup. That's what's at stake here. Again, in this edition of Nations League, in League B Group A, or rather just in League B in general, excuse me, the 4 group winners will make it through to the Gold Cup draw. And the top 2 group runners-up from the 4 groups in League B all qualify for the Gold Cup prelims. Long ball off the punt here. A mess made of it on the back line by Montserrat. Bonaire can't capitalize, forced to the corner. Cutting in field, cut back toward the end line, and the service just not there. Player down for Montserrat on the back line. Donovan Daniels. And back to the action now. After that brief injury delay. Sun setting here in Kingstown, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where later on we'll have another matchup in this group. It's El Salvador against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. El Salvador a perfect 2-0-0 so far, having beaten both Montserrat and Bonaire. St. Vincent and the Grenadines beat Montserrat, tied against Bonaire. Montserrat were the team in this group, drawn out of pot 2. They were the 7th highest ranked team when the draw was conducted here in League B. Bonaire was 3rd from the bottom, 32nd overall in Concacaf at the time of the draw. 14th among the 16 teams in League B. Dyer flicks it along. Taylor threads it through. The substitute just on now, Mylan Benjamin, with his first effort.
Well done.
Corner here for Montserrat. 10 to play. Can they add to their lead and solidify this victory?
Yes, out.
Short from the corner. Taylor lays it off. Chance here, some contact. Is it another penalty? No. Montserrat felt it should have been. Alex Dyer was taken down. Close call. Could have seen that one both ways. Has never really felt as if Bonaire was going to find a goal in this one. Not when it was 0-0 and not since they've fallen behind looking for that equalizer. Just hasn't felt like it was coming. Still have time, but it's slipping through the hourglass now. Floated, nobody on the back end. On the turn, it's Cecilia. Fell through for Cecilia. Now it's floated wide by Sunshine. Even when it seems like something might be on for Bonaire, it quickly just goes away. That's been the story of the day. Just behind Benjamin.
What comes? He ain't catching you, comes.
Looking to make it 2. Slip through for Dyer. Cut across looking for Taylor.
Out, watch him out.
Time.
Pass. Deliver. Unlucky. It's out. That's out. Alex.
Montserrat looking for another. It's back through for Daniels.
If you need
Taylor wants it through. He gets it. Lyle Taylor scored his 13th goal and 19 caps for Montserrat earlier. Comley. Taylor floats it.
Marlon! Switch on! Josiah! Josiah!
Cut right.
What's the runner, Junaid? What's the runner? Squeeze!
Final 4 minutes plus stoppage time coming. Bonaire just have to push forward now and try to find something. Find a way to steal a draw out of this. The chances have been very, very few and very, very far in between. Could this be the moment? Service up towards Cecilia. Cleared away. Van der Sande. Another chance at a service, curled in. Shot for a handball from Bonaire. There's some contact as well. Ball still trickling toward the 6 and gathered by Trent Carter-Rogers.
Just sit and play left back, yeah? Just sit there, organise it. Just sit.
Win the header, second ball, Low! Josiah! Go side! Come on, Low!
Batoni!
Another chance on a free kick for Bonaire. Squandered the last opportunity they had. Floated over the top, glance toward goal, out for a goal kick.
Come on, out, shit, out. Try and get us playing. Out, try and get us playing. We've got to keep the ball. I'm in.
90th minute, Bonaire launching forward. Cutting in field, it's Seguinho. Van der Sande. Montserrat just not allowing anything through. Still time though for Bonaire. Van der Sande tries from distance, Van der Sande, and it's wide. That might have been their best look of the second half, that try from distance. 8th shot of the match, being doubled up in the shot department by Montserrat. 5 minutes of stoppage time.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Substitution for Montserrat in the 80th minute. Leaving the game number 12, Dominic Richmond. Entering the game number 20.
How long, Bo? How long? 5. 5? We would have. Relax!
Free kick, or rather the throw, excuse me. Thought the assistant referee was signaling for a free kick down in the corner, just a throw for Montserrat.
Official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 5 minutes of added time in the second half.
Well done, Mackay! Keep the ball!
Bonaire just cannot get it forward here. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. See if they can even find one more opportunity, even a half chance in this one. Not looking like it so far. All the way back to Trent Carter-Rogers. And he clears.
No, Josiah! There, can't let him throw it there.
Yes, Mike.
And this is a foul against Cecilia as he tried to work his way through.
Fucking talk to him. Fuck's sake. MB. JD, hi. Alex, come on. You two stay in the middle of the park, yeah? Good lads. Miles, come on. You need to work harder.
Just fucking run around.
And a good job, Montserrat, of just killing off the clock, killing off the time remaining. Seeing this through. Only have a little more to go. Benjamin trying to cross. They don't need to score. Adding another, of course, would be nice. Another long one for Bonaire. Final minute of stoppage time. Just turned aside again by Montserrat.
Amir, bye, Madilata, bye.
Minimum. Come on. Yes, minimum. What, you just had more time?
Low, back in.
That's time.
Back in. Brilliant. Set nice.
Pass.
Set nice.
Pass.
And there is the final whistle. Montserrat holds on. A really strong showing, never in doubt, winning it 1-0 over Bonaire. It's their first victory here in the 2024-2025 Concacaf Nations League, and it puts them comfortably now in third place in League B, Group A. These teams will meet again in 3 days, so a chance for Montserrat to replicate this result and climb into the top 2 in Group A. I'll look back at the full-time highlights from Montserrat's 1-0 victory over Bonaire. Could be a pivotal moment in the overall race for one of the top 2 spots in League B Group A. Montserrat was the only team coming into the match day 3 here in this group. They were the only team coming in, Montserrat, without a point yet, having lost their first 2 matches. Bonaire did pick up a draw against St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so they were sitting in third. From the jump, sort of recognized that it would be Montserrat, the more dangerous of the 2 sides today. Right from here, a big save was made by Letbour, but then an open net somehow put off the post by Boatswain. It would not be the only miss like that in the first half for Montserrat. the other way. This was maybe the only true, genuine good chance over the top on the break from Bonaire and put wide by Cecilia. He would turn out to rue that miss because they never had a look as clean as that. Could he have taken another touch? Perhaps, but it would have been dicey and cutting it a bit close if that angle would have been closed down. Another great look in this first half for Montserrat. Another one put off the woodwork when it should have been scored, frankly. Why are you trying to kill that through the net if you are Lyle Taylor? I still don't know the answer to that. Sometimes in the midst of it, you don't think, you just rush, you try to score. There was no need to go for power there, but he would ultimately score his goal anyway. Once we get into the second half, that was really it for any of the activity in the first half. It went to the break at 0-0, and then in half number 2, it did not take long for Montserrat to get on the board and score what would be the lone goal of the match. Came early. You had Barzy earn the penalty as he whizzed by right here, just gets by his defender. Boom, taken down, penalty. And there would be no mistake from Lyle Taylor. Very slow walk-up, trying to get the goalkeeper to commit. He did, and he pushed it the other way. That would be the only goal of the match, and it was enough to propel Montserrat to this 1-0 victory tonight over Bonaire. Another chance off the free kick here. Ended up coming out for Dyer. Dyer would have a go. It would curl toward that far post, slapped away by Letbar. Out for another corner. There was another good opportunity in there for Brendan Barzy. He already has a goal in this tournament. Could not find a second here. He slipped as he went to hit it. Late on, looking for more Montserrat. One went over the bar from Dominic Richmond. And that would be all. It finishes 1-0 to Montserrat. And that's all for the opening match of the day here in League B Group A. Still to come later on at St. Vincent and the Grenadines against El Salvador. First place El Salvador against second place St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And now Montserrat in third place after their victory over Bonaire. These teams will meet again in 3 days' time. Stick with us for more action in the 2024-2025 Concacaf Nations League.